Moms and dads know to keep an eye on their kids at the pool and at the beach, but do you know the signs that your little one is in trouble in the water? ABC 2 News' Joce Sterman tells us why you may have the wrong idea about the way drowning looks.
It can be hard to hear above the crashing waves, and even harder to see what's happening between the bodies splashing in the surf.
2 more eyes would be a great thing.
But along the beaches of Ocean City, you've got dozens of extra eyes peering down from the tall white chairs that line the shore.
In my scan, I try and look at everybody about every 15 seconds.
But a lifeguard's focused gaze is scanning for signs of something you may not even recognize.
I know in police departments you're not supposed to profile people. We do.
They're profiling swimmers they may eventually have to save. Searching for signs someone may be drowning, but forget the flailing, the splashing, and cries for help. Because drowning doesn't always look like drowning.
Drowning is silent and swift.
And it happens in big numbers. According to the CDC, more than 440 Marylanders drowned between 1999 and 2007. 119 of them were children. But lifeguards are trying to lower those numbers by teaching you what to look for.
Especially with experience, you can tell who's relaxed and who's a little worried and who might really need some help.
But if you're not an experienced lifeguard, how can you tell? Here are some of the signs.
Drowning victims never face away from shore. They're never looking out that way. Somehow they always manage to get their face turned around so they're looking where they want to go.
And that's dry land. But since they can't get there, they start out as what experts call a distressed swimmer.
When they're thrashing around and trying to swim real quick, that's a distressed swimmer.
That's the picture most of us have in our minds about drowning. But flailing swimmers still have fight. They can scream, kick, and usually make some progress in the water.
But people who are actively drowning may not even look like anything is wrong. They stop splashing because they're exhausted and start slipping under the water fast.
Active drowning victims they're starting to get water in their lungs. They're starting to have their head go below the surface of the water. They're at the mercy of the water at that point.
And lifeguards say they have just seconds to make a rescue before the victim goes under. So they have to recognize and take action, whether they're at the shore or scanning swimmers at the pool.
Can't replicate the panic, right? But once you've seen it, you absolutely positively know what it is, and you know that it's a real thing.
And at the JCC pool in Owings Mills, they're training young lifeguards to throw out the idea of drowning they've seen on TV.
Show me, by using your hands, what body position somebody would be at if they were a distressed swimmer in the water.
They're showing them the difference between distressed swimmers and active drowning victims.
They're going to hang in the water kind of at that type of angle. Somebody who's actually drowning, though, they take a position in the water that's straight up and down. Their arms go off to the side, their head goes back, and their legs don't move.
They may bob up and down as their lungs fill with water and they run out of breath, but chances are they won't make a sound. And because of all the activity, they can either slip to the bottom of the pool or even bob along the surface unnoticed.
Someone says, that kid's not breathing. Turn around, and sure enough, there he was about 5 feet away, laying face down.
A near drowning in an Anne Arundel County pool 2 weeks ago shows how quickly and how quietly it can happen. A toddler nearly died after slipping under shallow water within arm's reach of other swimmers.
I think a lot of parents out there think that if their child gets in trouble, they're going to make a lot of splash and they're going to make a lot of noise. And they couldn't possibly be more wrong.
Because drowning is a danger you can't hear until it's too late. But it's a danger you can see if you know the signs that could save a life. Joce Sterman, ABC 2 News.
Now, we have put all that information about distressed swimmers and active drowning on our website at abc2news.com. You'll find it in our investigator section, along with tips on the best ways to protect your friends and family in the water for the rest of the summer.